Hello and welcome to another episode of The Near Fall right here on WFRV Plus. I'm your host, Devin Willems. There it is. Hope everybody's doing well on this holiday weekend dual episode of The Near Fall. Joined here on Tuesday with Nick Whitwer. How's it going?
News.
Yes. A really rough time around for everybody on the AEW side.
I won an AEW show. I never thought we'd see the day.
It was How about you move the mic over
It
there?
would be better if I had my mic.
Yes.
Sorry, you know.
I kind of looked over. I saw the levels were low. But yes, Nick is the new near fall champion after winning AEW. With me, Ben, and Nick having in like a 50%. I feel like
Yeah,
we were wrong on about like.
I got 4 matches right, 1 bonus point, and possibly another bonus point if you want to give me the point for Harley getting pinned.
Yeah, but we
So
but we didn't have the right winner on that one.
No, so I
Yeah.
got 4 actual picks right
Out of
and
like
2
8
bonus
matches,
points.
yeah.
So-
And I think I had two
you
or
had
three
2 right picks and a bonus point.
and I think Ben had 1 and
and
1.
then Ben had 2 right picks and a bonus point. So you
Oh.
and Ben kind of tied.
Yeah, rough. I mean, a lot of changes. I will say with the Statlander Monet, I originally said stat and I switched like mid sentence. So I this one was tough. I mean, I thought
Sure,
the-
you can have that match if you
yeah,
want.
I mean, it doesn't really change anything, but a lot of talk about we have AEW. We're probably gonna spend most of our time today on AEW's a recap of Full Gear and then our picks for AEW Survivor Series War Games Edition. This episode will be airing both on Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we're going to try to almost cramp 2 episodes into one as much as we can. So the AEW recap, let's kind of jump through most of this. We're going to start with top down. We're going with the main event, Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page. I thought that Monet and Statlander was going to main event, but I guess that didn't happen. But Samoa Joe, new AEW champion.
Well, and yeah, the way that match ended, you almost
Yeah.
had to make that.
Yeah.
Plus, with Swerve's return, and all
Swerve-
that had to be the main event.
Swerve
so.
is back. We've touched on it multiple episodes. You know, I really haven't seen Samoa Joe in much steel cage matches. It kind of felt a little different. And he's now a 2-time AEW World Champion. Don't mind him as a champion. Hangman's Page it felt like it was a month long, but it was actually like 133 days.
Yeah.
And I don't mind 130 plus days reigns. I think we're kind of in this era now where a lot of the championship reigns, people feel like it needs to be 300 days, years almost, getting close to years as opposed to multiple
Yeah,
months.
you almost have to have a full year for people to really take it seriously
Yeah.
anymore. But this, I mean, it felt like a decent run. You had
Yeah.
the MJF stuff.
Yeah.
Now you could always bring that back too in the middle of
Yeah.
all this chaos, because I don't think the Ops and Hangman are obviously done. Hangman and Swerve are going to do some tag team
Yeah.
stuff here against.
I
them.
wouldn't mind a little bit of a split with Hangman and
You
Swerve,
get
both
that
kind of
triple
wanting
threat at some point.
wanting the belt, which they
Yeah.
have done in the past, where Hangman tapped out so Swerve wouldn't win. But yeah, I don't mind Samoa Joe as a champion. He can put on some really good matches, just like on TV. I think he's a really good Dynamite champion, where he's kind of towards the end of his career. So like there is some thought of mine. Could he lose on a Dynamite? I don't think he will. I never doubted Hangman would ever lose his belt on a Dynamite. But could I see Samoa Joe on a last man standing match against Swerve on a special edition of Dynamite? Yeah, I could see that. I don't think I could see that with Hangman though. I don't think he would lose it on a Dynamite.
No, and I'm right there with you. And then you bring up the steel cages. I mean, we keep talking about it off screen, and neither one of us has looked up how many he's actually done. But steel cage kind of feels like it fits him though.
Yeah, to a
Just
point,
his
yeah.
build and his
Yeah.
character. I feel like steel cage. I mean, hopefully, maybe we get another one.
Yeah. But new champion. I think this Wednesday's episode of AEW Dynamite is a very important Dynamite for AEW. It's a very important one for Samoa Joe and that advance of that storyline. Will Ospreay will be coming back relatively soon, so maybe there's some stuff. They also did announce the Continental Classic, and there's some really good matches that will be as a result of that. But new champion, Samoa Joe. Moving on quickly here. Not new women's champion. Statlander beats Monet in the rubber match, the third match. They Statlander is retains her women's world championship belt. Monet falls again in the big shot. I thought this was the toughest match to call on the card.
Yeah, and I really think if I would have just thought about it a little longer, I would have been like, no, it's way too soon for her. We just talked about how long title reigns
Yeah.
have been, and she had just won the title.
Yeah.
Probably,
She did defend it against Tony Storm.
Yeah.
She did win against Tony Storm. I think she did have another one that maybe against like not Megan Bain, but somebody along those lines, like Queen Aminata or something, like some
Yeah.
sort of kind of dynamite match. But in my mind, it was Monet still hasn't won this belt, has already challenged for this belt and lost. So is there a world where she wins it? And listen, if Statlander lost it to Monet, it's not like people are like, "Wow, Statlander lost it to some jobber." You know, it would have been Monet. Yeah, I'm not shocked by the result. I was 50-50, as we talked on earlier, on who would win this match, and it seemed like it was a solid match. And Statlander continues her reign. I wonder what's next for her. I think is
like
a big
that
one.
call a lot.
Yeah.
Monet already has 17, 18, 19 belts. We can keep her away from one.
Yeah, I like I said, this Dynamite's important. I wonder who her next opponent is. They still have that AEW's tag team stuff kind of going on, but I would not mind, like, I mean, there's a lot of really good women in those tag team matches. I wouldn't mind one like Megan Bain going after it. I think would be a really, like, Statlander and Megan Bain, I think would be a really cool match to set up. So, I'm not going to quick touch, I mean, Young Bucks and Josh Alexander won. The Bucks turned face after. Moving on.
Elite's back.
Moving on. Briscoe finally got the win over Kyle Fletcher.
There it is.
Not a huge fan of the result. I think Kyle Fletcher is a really good wrestler. I don't know what comes of it next. He will be in the Continental Classic and will have, I believe, a match against either Okada or Takeshita. I think it's against one of them. I can't remember exactly who. But some more Don Callis kind of splitting some crumbles in the foundation there.
Well, and that's where the booking of some of this stuff gets difficult, because obviously you have the stuff with Okada and that split going on. But when you have a faction that has 20 people in it, it's gonna reach a point where it's tough to.
But I kind of like that
book as friends or. Whatnot.
I kind of like there's downsides of having a group this big. You know, you can't protect everybody. I kind of hope they lean into that, and like they come to Don Callis, like, how come I'm wrestling this guy? And he's like, maybe he starts to think about cutting some fat from the.
That would be nice to see some of that fat get trimmed off.
Some of those people, they barely even show up anymore. It's almost like some of them are in ROH. Like I think the big ones are Okada, Takeshita, Josh Alexander, and then Kyle Fletcher. Those four.
Eventually,
maybe. But Briscoe new TNT Championship. I
really thought they were going to play into that. He had to begrudgingly be a part of the family storyline, but hey, I mean, it's cool to see him win.
Yeah. Kyle O'Reilly again.
Yeah.
Back-to-back tap-outs. I mean, credit to Moxley where credit's due. I mean, one of the AEW's top heel, one of the top not faces, but one of the top people in the company taps out twice on back-to-back matches. And clean. I mean, the second one, I mean, it's a no DQ match, or a no holds barred, but he tapped out.
Clean a win as you can get in a no DQ match. It wasn't like outside interference or anything like
Tapped
that.
in the middle of the ring. So good for Kyle O'Reilly. Again, hope they can build on it from a Dynamite. And maybe some Death Riders breakup. We've been teasing for that for a little bit. So next.
Teasing that since he lost the belt.
Yeah. New national champion. Ricochet wins it. There was 12 contestants: Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Ricochet, Claudio, Daniel Garcia, Orange Cassidy, Wheeler Yuta, Kevin Knight, Roderick Strong, Mark Davis, good to see him, Mike Bailey, and then Daddy Magic. I like the Daddy Magic and Daniel Garcia little interactions. That was always good. Nothing too crazy from this, so I think Ricochet wins. I think he'll put on some good matches with the belt.
The start of it was probably the most interesting part of it. The GOA came out and attacked because I guess they weren't fighting as much. Lashley and Shelton weren't fighting as much as what Ricochet wanted to see. So got a little bit of advantage for him there, having GOA come out. But
this belt is supposed to be defended on multiple promotions. I think Ricochet is almost a perfect guy to do that. I
kind of messaged you, a certain somebody I know talked about he was supposed to come out next. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, but
he was 64 seconds, he said, from his music hitting in his post. So maybe Ace Austin's
that is kind of cool, actually. Like
few challengers.
The match type like that does allow people like who are next, like to say 65. That's kind of a cool.
I'd like to know how real. Like
I don't know
might,
if it's real or not, but
but that'd be something cool though that you don't know when the match is
Yeah.
actually going to end.
Yeah.
and you have just people
Yeah.
lined up waiting. That
Yeah.
would be a cool thing for
Yep.
them to do.
Yeah, I think Atos would be that's like a perfect match for this belt. Keep it going. FTR new tag team champions beat Brodito.
Yeah, that was coming eventually.
Yeah. Solid all the way around. Really good tag team wrestling. Pac ended up beating Allen, and then Storm and Mina pinned Harley to win their
Yeah, they get to
part.
pick the stipulation now.
So to me, that again, remember when we first started this, Hater and Amanado won, and they picked the stipulation and lost. I still think
they
they're
didn't pick the stipulation. They picked who they got the fight. In the first round.
sure, and they lost. So I just
And
think
they
that
lost.
just because Storm and Mina won in this one, I have said I think these 4 teams are really good. I had Sisters of Sin winning it all. I may have to go back and rewatch some of those episodes to see who we all had, but I don't know. I think that tag team match of Bane and Shafir against Mina and Tony Storm, I think is a close one.
I'm going to stay put and stay strong with Storm and
Yeah.
Mina winning. I don't know what the stipulation's going to be.
Mhm.
We'll have to see what that
I
is.
think-
Maybe they want a little bit of revenge and they do like a,
Yep.
a no. Obviously, it's going to have some sort of no DQ attached to it or something.
Yep. I still think the winner of the left side bracket wins it all, though. I still think Sisters of Sin and Willow and Harley are the 2 best tag teams out of the 4. If Bane and Ford were together, I might say Bane and Ford, but Shafir's a solid replacement. So that was all in, or not all in. That was that was Full Gear for all of us. We'll take a quick break when we get back. It is WWE War Games prediction time. So stay with us. We'll be right back after these breaks. Hello and welcome back to the Near Fall. I am your host. There's the name, Devin Willems. We got Nick here on a Tuesday. We will be running this one both on Tuesday and Thursday due to the Thanksgiving on Thursday. So we just got done talking about
It's time for War Games.
Full Gear. It's now AW's over. We're now WWE War Games. There's 4 matches on the card.
Yep. As of now, I mean, there's still one more show. Well,
It already
it was
happened.
we kind of
So I
already know the
think
results
this
of
is the
that,
4
so-
card, which is I think a typical WWE. There's 4 matches. The 2 War Games matches will probably be the longest ones, obviously for obvious reasons. So I get it. There's almost kind of like those are both
And
1.5
imagine
matches.
One will open the show, one
Yep.
will end the show.
Yep. 100%. So let's just what do you want to start with? You just want to go right into War Games?
Let's build up the War
Okay,
Games.
I
Let's
like it.
start with the Women's World Championship. This one's probably going to be the easiest one to pick.
I already have it circled.
We've got Stephanie Vaquer, the champion, versus Nikki Bella.
Yep.
There's some talk. I mean, now there's 3 different matches of where this could happen, but
Yep.
there is a lot of talk of a possible Liv Morgan return. She was going after this belt last
Sure.
we saw her. I guess she had some sort of little rivalry going on with Nikki Bella at the time too, so it would make sense to maybe come out. I don't think there's any way Nikki Bella wins this match.
I would feel for Vakur if she does. I would not even show up if Triple H said you're going to lose this match. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, I could see them doing something completely off the wall like that, but they just kind of did that with Maxine Dupree. Not that was so off the wall, but
I
just
think it's
kind of like and that was a fine. And this should be the last we see this match. I would hope they got to start thinking about Royal Rumble and stuff like that coming up.
Yep.
Once they get past this, so this should end here, and it'll be Vaquer wins. Ben also has Vaquer.
Oh, so we're all right. Yeah, so we're. I was saying that. So we're making our picks now. Yeah, all of us have Vakur. I think these matches for WWE. Now again, War Games is probably going to be the hardest one that they can do, just based on the fact that there's a lot of people to get pinned and there's so many storylines. But yeah, I think this is the easiest one on the card. Vakur. If it's anything else, I will be shocked. Intercontinental. John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio. What? I will. Let's have Ben go first. What's Ben's pick?
So Ben is picking Dom.
Yep.
Which, it's in his hometown. San Diego, the 619. I think I'm gonna go Cena. And look, I get Dom's great, but I don't think him losing the title hurts him. I'm gonna go Cena and say that I'll even go one step farther. with my explanation of why I think Cena wins. One, it's the one belt he hasn't had.
He has it though.
Oh, well,
He has it now.
Yeah, he hasn't. But I think he's going to hold on to it until he faces the winner of the tournament at his retirement match, which is Gunther.
Sure. And then Gunther gets the belt from that.
Now, you'd probably like to see Gunther as the world title, but another run with the IC wouldn't be that bad for him either.
I have Dominic. I think this belt, the only reason he won the belt in the first place was so he can be the Grand Slam champion. And I think it's a moment for Dominic to take it back. Again, if Cena wins, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, listen, it's John Cena. But I'm just going to go Dominic. I just think it makes a little bit more sense. And then Dominic probably wrestles Ray maybe for the belt down the line, at WrestleMania or something. I don't think there's anything too crazy, though. Dominic Cena should be a solid match. I think a nice little filler. I think is perfect for this type of card. And get John Cena on Survivor Series. All right. Before we do both War Games, let's just touch on Raw. So last night, on Monday, Roman Reigns opened the show and said that the title that Punk was carrying would be better on his shoulder. The belt that Roman previously is called the Losers Bracket title. So I don't know. He's got to walk those words back. But
kind of planned to see. He kind of said it to both guys.
Yeah.
So both titles. So I don't know if that's a sign that maybe they're gonna reunify them at some point. I don't think you
no
can.
Way. No way.
The TV side wants one. SmackDown needs one. Raw.
Yeah, there's no way that.
So I don't think. Unless they unify them and make
create a
new
one
title, but they just made the world heavyweight one, so that's an option, but I don't think they go that route. Maybe there is some sort of triple threat down the line though.
Sure.
For one of the titles, we'll see. It's definitely just planting the seeds that this team's probably not going to work very well together to start.
Gunther ended up beating Carmelo Hayes in the last time is now tournament. I think, like I said, I think Gunther is going to be the winner of
surprise there
of the match. And then Penta probably maybe got hurt on TV, separated his shoulder. It kind of stinks.
Now that I've gone back and watched it, it looked like he might seriously be hurt.
Yeah. Per reports online, they said that Penta wanted to continue the match, but the medical side said nope, and they called it. I think they said it was supposed to go 12 minutes, and after 4, I think they said that was the end of it. Hopefully, it's not too serious, but Penta is kind of been one of their workhorses. Been in a lot of different.
Yeah,
a consistent contributor on TV.
And we talked so long about pairing the Lucha Brothers together, and they were finally going to do it for the AAA Tag Team Championships this weekend. I think it's this weekend.
I don't know. It may be.
And now who knows? I mean, with Penta hurt, they might have to change that.
Yeah. That kind of stinks. So, all right. We're kind of jumping all over. Let's just do Gold Rush quick. So what is this?
I don't know. I think it's similar to almost like that gauntlet match. Like, if I remember correctly, there's almost like a penalty box too, and it's got
penalty box.
Yeah,
for high sticking.
It's like a shark cage, right?
But so the Iron Survivor Challenge matches is what.
If this is the match, I think it is. There's a lot of weird rules to it, and I think he's just announcing like the people that are in it.
And that's about it. I look at the rest of the stuff. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, that's about it. The greatest title to ever exist, the Speed Championship.
No, I do kind of like. For John Cena's tournament, LA Knight versus Jey Uso, a solid match. Maybe not Jay's part, but
we're gonna get Jey Uso and Gunther again.
Oh no! Are these the semifinals? So Gunther versus
these are semifinals because Sheamus got hurt after you bullied him and hurt his feelings. He said, "I'm not wrestling anymore.
I'm done. I can't do it.
Not going to Chicago. Those people are gonna follow me there."
But Gunther and Solo, I think, is a solid. I think that's a really good semifinal match.
And Solo, it's kind of like I really didn't want to see him get a long run, but I get it. He has had, for some reason, he's had a lot of interactions with John Cena.
So I'm okay with it. But all right, that'll do it for this little part. We got our 2 more War Games matches to pick. We'll take one last break. When we come back, we'll wrap up those matches and see what our picks are for them. So stay with us. We'll be right back after these breaks.
And welcome back to the Near Fall here on WFRV Plus. I am one of your co-hosts and your new fall champion for at least a day, Nick Whitwer with me, co-host
Yep.
Devin Willems. We're getting into War Games now. Let me preface this: probably won't be as entertaining as and exciting as what Blood and Guts was. Maybe they will. Maybe
Maybe.
they'll take a look at that and we'll see a little bit of blood here. But probably won't be anything near what we saw.
Especially not the women's.
Especially not the women's.
Yeah. The men's, I can see a little bit of stuff going on. All right, let's do the women's first. I will go first this time because I think both of you guys have went first. Otherwise, we have Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, AJ Lee going against Asuka, Kairi Sane, Lash Legend, Nia Jax, and Becky Lynch. There's a world where I think both heels win both of these matches.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at the talent on the faces side per se, and I just think that they kind of lap the other side by a mile. I mean, you have Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, AJ Lee, and Alexa Bliss. This is AJ Lee's second match. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if her and Becky Lynch just kind of like do some stuff and then skedaddle and aren't really a part of the match. So, but I'm gonna go Rhea, Io, Bliss, Sky. The faces. I think the heels could win. I think they absolutely could.
Who on the heel side's getting pinned?
Oh, good call. Same. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Kairi.
So I'll give you what Ben has now. Ben has AJ Lee pinning Becky.
Sure.
So
The faces pinning Becky. Sure.
Becky Lynch gets pinned.
Becky taking 2 pins in 2 weeks would be insane to me.
That would be.
I don't think she would be. But yeah, I mean, if someone's gonna pick Becky Lynch, it's gonna be AJ Lee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against that. I think this is where the heels are gonna win this match, mainly because I think there's gonna be a turn somewhere on the face side.
So Charlotte Flair.
I don't know
or
if it's
Io
Flair
Sky.
turning or if it's Io, because Io's been real close with Rhea lately.
Yeah.
I could see Io potentially going back to
Kabuki Warriors or Damage
Control and forming that again, kind of a little faction. Maybe she goes for another push at the title after that. But I think there's going to be a turn on that face side.
There is no singles champions in this match, correct?
I don't believe so. I think the ones that are, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because who's...
Because it's Vancouver and
Jade.
Jade are the two.
Yeah, so there's no singles champion in this. There's not even like the mid-card champions.
There would have been a Becky beat Dupree.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be a turn from that face side, and whether it's Io or Flair, I'm not fully decided on. But I think.
Oh, that's not a bad one.
Oh,
what I would say is that if you think Io's going to turn, she pins Rhea. Or not, she pins, or Rhea gets pinned, is what I would say.
I think we're going to see Flair turn and Bliss gets pinned.
Bliss gets pinned. All right, so
I think it's going to come down to it. They're going to have the advantage. They do have the advantage. Spoiler alert in the match, but I think we're going to see at the end Flair Bliss. They have a chance to win it. It's 2-on-1 versus one of the Kabuki Warriors or whatever, and Flair turns and leaves Bliss laying, and Bliss gets pinned.
Oh yeah. You think there's going to do any of the things where they get beat up in the cage, where they've done that in the past for WWE? Like they're on the cage, and then the second to last person comes out, but before she does, she beats up the last person.
They could.
Like where Io Sky does that to Rhea.
I would prefer they don't.
What if they did that to like AJ Lee and AJ Lee just doesn't wrestle?
Yeah. I don't know why they would do that.
I don't know. That's just she's wrestled one match since she's been back.
I could see Bliss or Flair's temper running and taking out Bliss before the match.
All right.
But yeah, so I think Flair's the one that turns, and Bliss either is beaten to a pulp in the cage or takes the pin in the match.
I think that's fine. I think this one's the two war games are a little harder to pick.
I'm going heels.
Yep.
Bliss takes the pin.
And me and Ben are going faces. Sane takes a pin, and who does he have? And he has Becky taking the pin. So I'll kind of. I mean, you can only be different on so much, but yeah, we're all relatively different on that. And then on the men's side, we have CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jimmy and Jey Uso, Roman Reigns going against Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. Nick or Ben, you can start first.
Yeah, I'll start here for Ben. Ben has Lesnar pinning Roman.
Ooh, all right.
He's swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
I am going to do almost the complete opposite. I am going to have the faces win. I think this match ends the show. I think the face. There's just you talked about the women's match and
Yeah.
the faces being there, but you have Roman and Rhodes and Punk, and I don't think any one of them's gonna. Maybe one of the Usos will. Your favorite Big Jim, Big Jim probably is probably the ideal candidate.
I think
to take
that's
a
why
pin.
he's in the match.
But I think Logan Paul's gonna take the pin here, and I don't know who's gonna pin him. Like I guess storyline wise, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think Roman makes the pin on Logan Paul. Somehow Brock Lesnar, they're going to work together to take Brock out. And the reason Roman takes the pin is because he stops.
Roman's on the good guys. So you're saying the heels win, or
No, Roman does the pin.
Okay.
Does the pin. He pins Logan Paul, but I think it's going to come after like Punk and Rhodes hit their moves, and he stops them from pinning him, so that way he can be like, "Oh, see, I won War Games. Now you have to give me a title shot."
Okay.
So I have
Faces
faces win. Paul is pinned.
Big Jim taking him to pin.
Oh.
Thanks, Big Jim taking the pin. That's gonna be my sign. That's what I would have to say. Big Jim takes the pin. Is what I would just hang that up. Heels win. I just think this is the infighting. I think this sets up Roman versus Cody, or maybe that sets up, but Roman versus Punk, or there's just some discombobulation between the four.
I think there's a lot of it, but they're focusing on that so much that they actually overcome it. And
you-
that's why where the faces for the women's side is they're kind of showing that, oh, look, they are overcoming it. They won't in the match.
You want to talk about Jey Uso and Roman. Like Jay could be
Well,
the one who
there's that
turns.
too. Yeah,
Jay
Jey
could be
could.
the one who turns. That's why I was thinking that. What if he turns on his brother?
Yeah.
and
I
pin-
mean,
and-
he has already.
Yeah.
though. But I
So
feel like they're in a spot where they're going to bring the Usos back. Because I think the writing's on the wall with Jey Uso as far as
In-the-ring
solo stuff
ability?
goes and
another
promos and-
great showing on
I
Thursday.
think it's
or
time to
Monday.
let the Usos be the Usos again.
I mean, just super kicks and splashes. I don't really know if I want to see them as tag team. She's like a lot of their moveset just
Looks
changed.
Just like another tag team I know.
The Young Bucks?
That just made a lot of money.
The Young Bucks have a little bit more of a moveset than super kicks and splashes. But regardless, so recapping, Ben and I are pretty much the same. We're the exact same, except for we just have different people getting pinned.
So there will be a new winner or retainer.
There will be a new winner. There will in
Somebody
fact
will win.
be a new winner.
Somebody
So,
will win, whether it's a new
there is
winner
no
or not.
tying. Actually, well, no, there still could be ties.
Well, I guess technically in a way, but between
Yes.
the two of you, there shouldn't be.
What if I get both of our pins wrong?
What if it's Jay that takes the pin? Jimmy makes the turn and says, "I'm the next Roman Reigns." Big year for Big Jim. Still looking.
The year-
2025 isn't over yet.
All right. So that'll do it for today's episode. So thank you for watching. Getting recorded us on Tuesday, right here on WFRV Plus. We're airing it tonight on Tuesday as well on Thursday for Thanksgiving. So everyone here at WFRV and the near fall, have a happy holidays. We will see you next time. Till next time, keep your shoulders off the mat. Thanks for watching.